Yo, what is good, everybody? What is poppin', y'all? My name is James Jones. I am a child care worker and photographer born and raised here in Austin, Texas, and welcome to the third episode of Spurt, my video podcast series where I talk about different experiences that I've gone through in my life in the hopes that you may be able to learn or discover or realize something about yourself that you may then be able to take and apply into your everyday personal and professional life. Now, as y'all can see today, I have a very special guest here with me. This is a very, very good friend of mine. He's one of the most humble people I know, one of the most kind, generous people I know, one of the most hardworking, humble. I can't say enough good things about this person. Josh French. What's up, Josh? Thanks for being on,
James, thank you so much for that introduction, dude. That's awesome
this
stuff.
Freaking guy, dude.
I'm so loved. I feel loved. Thank you.
No, for real. Josh and I, we actually go way back, dude. We met each other it's been almost a decade. Did you know that, dude?
Yeah.
Almost a decade that we've been friends.
I feel old.
Bro, literally, dude, whenever I tell people that I'm 24, I'm at that time now where, like, I tell people that, and they'll look at me, and they'll be like, they'll literally do that, just like that. They'll literally jerk back.
What's funny?
I'm like, what?
25.
25. So stupid. No, but Josh and I, we go way back. Like we were just talking about that. We first met each other at a district competition for choir, the TMA process in high school, in high school.
We both sing, guys.
We're both singers. You know, find us, hit us up. We'll be glad to sing at your venue. Actually, hit up Josh because he's a real person who does all that stuff.
I'm going through the trial and error of creating a band right now.
It's been a process. He's been doing this thing for like at least a couple of years now. It's been really cool to watch though.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Like I said, Josh, one of the most hardworking people. He's been doing a bunch of real estate stuff. You'll get the opportunity to learn more about him. For today's podcast, though, we're going to be talking a little bit about our individual fitness journeys, kind of what brought or where we came from, how we view it, our goals when it came to that, how it's changed us, where we are now, where we want to go, different things like that. So, Josh, just tell us a little bit about like the start of your fitness journey, bro. Where'd you start? What inspired you to do this whole thing?
Okay, so my fitness journey. I was first introduced to fitness in football. Growing up in middle school and going into high school football and just understanding the whole rigmarole of high school football and then not being big enough to be in football. So I'm sitting here like...
Dude, I feel that.
Well, I thought I was big enough. That was one... I thought it was just all mental. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to convince myself that I'm big enough and we're going to rock and roll. And then I met some really big boys. I played tight end as a 5'6", 165-pound kid, and they put me up against this 200-pound, 6-footer lineman. I'm
sitting here listening to you talk, bro.
And I'm sitting here. I got my ass kicked so many times.
I just can't imagine being 200 pounds.
I quit after that game. That's a whole nother story. But I went into golf, and I realized that there are other ways that you could work out. And I was like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and
that's
so there's...
especially with golf, dude. Yeah, golf is not really a sport you would consider to be necessarily physical, I guess, in that way. At least when it comes to fit. Go ahead. Yeah.
So what was weird was my golf coach was a football coach as well. And so he understood how to go into more of the mechanics of the body and be more in tune with the muscle memory and but also to be big and strong and all that, but also flexible and have the aesthetics of the football player.
So how's like that when it comes to golf and like everything, the principles that your coach kind of taught you, how has that kind of translated into your fitness life now?
It's just making a plan and executing, really.
I feel
because from the very start of each tee box, at the tee box you have to know where you're going to put the ball, and it's not just swinging and making sure that the ball goes straight. It's a hook. If you want to hook the ball to where it goes to the left around a dog leg, that's where can you place the ball. Like I can hook this ball 10 times in a row and I can get it right every time. Can I get this ball going into a straight fade 10 times in a row and make the ball go where I want it to go?
Like you said, muscle memory. That's the stuff. See, for me, it's funny how you brought up, being small or whatever. I mean, look at me now. I'm a pretty small guy, y'all. If y'all have never seen me in person, I am. You said you were 170. You said in high school. You said you were 156.
I was at 165 in
165.
high school, and then I went off to college, and my freshman 15, freshman 20,
15,
25,
oh my God.
whatever, and I was at 5'9", but 220 pounds. I was fat. It was not healthy.
It's funny because I remember thinking and looking at this guy. You would not, if you knew Josh back then, I promise you he's exaggerating, bro. He's always looked like a pretty good, pretty decently shaped guy, bro. I mean, he really has. So when he says he's fat, he's lying. Don't let that get to you.
Okay.
It's funny with the.
We'll talk about body dysmorphia later.
Yes, we.
But
yeah.
but yeah, that it was junior year of college that it was sophomore year of college. I was actually able to start learning more and more about the trial and error of working out, and going through with stress from school and work life and all that. And I was a full-time student, so I was treating school as work for me, and then I had to go through and kind of understand where my schedule was to where I couldn't afford all these 2-hour workouts in my time. I was like, okay, I can't keep doing 2-hour workouts and then not have any energy to perform later in the day.
Yeah, and 2-hour workout, that's grueling, dude. I mean, even like right now,
I was doing
I'm doing
Monday,
like,
Wednesday, Friday, 2 hours a day.
No, dude, I'm doing like hour, maybe like hour and 20-minute long workouts right now, and even that is just like by the time I hit that 1 hour mark, dude, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go home.
You're done. You're done.
But yeah, dude. So I guess for me, like you brought up earlier, like just feeling small. Like I said, I'm a very small dude. I'm only even now currently. I'm at my biggest that I've ever been. Maybe not my heaviest, but I'm at my biggest I've ever been currently. I'm only 128 pounds. 130 on a good day.
There you go.
Which is for me, right? Because for me, whenever fitness has always been something I've been interested in.
That's where we want gas to be right now.
Yeah.
That's where we want gas to be there now. It's $1.30.
Bro, I miss those days, man. Matter of fact, no, because we never saw that. I remember gas was like $1. I remember the lowest I remember gas being was like maybe $1.60.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And that was back in like 2017, bro.
Even back then, I was just like, how do y'all afford this?
Bro, we were still doing stuff. We were still doing stuff for Phi Mu Alpha back then. So if you didn't know, we used to be in the same fraternity. It was Phi Mu Alpha. It was like a music fraternity. Like I said, we met in choir. Dude, that's crazy. 2017.
Yep.
Gas was literally $1.60, something like that. That's crazy. Yeah, for me,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's hard. That's the thing. That's crazy. No, but yeah. So I guess for me, when it comes to my fitness journey, it really, I've been off and on for like years, right? Literally for years. It started, I guess you could say, in high school. I ended up getting injured because of how small I was in high school. Really bad hip injury. And then, throughout college, once I got there, I didn't work out pretty much at all from my sophomore year through my senior year of high school. And then I got to college, and I was like, maybe I should start doing this again. But I would never work out for any more than like a month, maybe 2 months consistently, and I would stop. I literally just stop, and I would go 4 or 5, maybe even longer months of just not working out right, and then I would pick it back up, do that for another couple months, and it was like that for years. I mean, literally for like 4 or 5 years. It was just like this constant cycle of like getting back in, stopping for several months, getting back in, stopping for several months. So
consistency was.
It was a huge thing for me. I think it was more so, not that I didn't want to be consistent, but more so like I just lacked the patience, and probably just because I didn't really understand like how big of a commitment it actually is. Like I felt like it was, because I've always been like a skinny guy, right? I've always been cut, I guess. Like I've always had visible abs. I've never really had an image or a problem with that. but I've always wanted to be like freaking swole, dude. Like I always wanted.
Terry
Literally. Like I've always wanted I wanted to be that guy where you walk in and everyone's just like, yo, look at this fucking monster over there, right? Unfortunately, I don't have the body type for that, and it's been hard. What did you say?
Training like Larry.
Training like Larry. Dude, oh my god, to living like Larry.
Sorry, I'm a huge TikTok fanatic. I love watching TikTok, and I love making TikToks too. So I'm just chilling.
By the way, speaking of TikTok, make sure you go give him a follow. Josh of All Trades is his TikTok. If I'm not.
Yeah, Josh of All Trades 25.
25. Josh of All Trades 25. He posts some funny stuff. Actually, some pretty interesting things. I don't know if y'all noticed. He's got his little eye patch thing. That's actually birthmarked.
I've got my birthmark.
I call it his eye patch. I think his name. What was your name in my phone? I think for the longest time it was like eye patch guy or something.
Nice.
Because I literally forgot what your name was at one point, and then I remember it was like, oh, Josh, and then I changed it to Frenchman, I think.
There you go.
So it's been Frenchman in my phone for like pretty much our entire relationship that we've known each other. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, man. So it was So yeah, off and on for a long time, like I said, right? And it wasn't until this past December of 2021, when I finally was like, so yeah, I remember I went into my mom's room because that's where the scale was, and I stepped on the scale, dude. That thing read 118.
118.
It read 118, and I just remember like I was looking in the mirror, and I just remember thinking to myself like, I feel like absolute shit, right? Because I was already like, I'm already a small guy. I'm really already super thin. But like being at 118 of all things, I'm at that time, a 23-year-old man, right? Weighing that little. Like there's a lot of self-image issues, I guess, that comes with that. And that's where I drew the line. After that, I was like,
gotcha.
No, I'm done with that. Like I'm not. And so I started off just doing full body stuff 3 times a week. And I did that for the first month. Okay. And then I tested my max after that. And after that I switched into like a different routine. I've basically been doing the same routine ever since January. And now I'm at, like I said, 128. I'm at the biggest I've ever been.
So with that, how much do you eat?
So that's a good question. So
like it's not calories, but like go through
just like
a day
to eat. Okay.
Eating.
So I guess currently I'm working at. So I mentioned in the first episode I do work at a summer camp. So the summer, you know,
So you're moving all the time.
All the time, dude. It's constant movement. You know, working with kids is already going to be a very active job. Add on the fact that, you know, you're in 100 plus whatever degree heat. It's a lot.
Okay.
So I don't know, like if I had to guess, like, let me just take you through my day of eating. Yeah, so not anymore. So right now I started doing like a bowl of oatmeal with like peanut butter, some honey in there, right?
Okay.
And then like a banana or something like that. But even before that, like I really wasn't eating that much at all. I was really just like getting up, making a cup of coffee, and then going to the gym. And that's what I would do because I like to work out in the morning. I don't really like to work out in the afternoon just because I don't feel. I mean, because by the time I reach my end of the day, like I'm trying to go home, dude. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to kick back, do whatever it is I need to do with the rest of my day. I'm not trying to put in that work, right? Because that's not the mindset I'm in.
Okay.
So I prefer the work, as I'm also a morning person, so that's just where I operate best. So I want to eat anything in the morning, go work out, work a full 4 hours or whatever at camp before I actually eat lunch. So lunchtime by 1 o'clock.
6 hours of work.
Yes, and I haven't really eaten much of anything. Sometimes I'll have like a protein bar or something like that, or a protein shake by this point.
Do you take a break during your shift?
I have a lunch break, yeah, at 1 o'clock is whenever I take my lunch. So that will be for pretty much this whole summer up until this week. That would be my first meal of the day.
So what do you eat?
Usually it'll be, I'll like go to H-E-B. I'll get one of those little Forest Ham, you know, simple meal sandwiches that they have. I don't know if you got so clutch. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
So clutch. If you don't have an H-E-B in your area, go ahead, don't move down to Texas. We don't need any more of y'all over here. Move to like Oklahoma. I don't know if they have H-E-B in Oklahoma.
They don't. H-E-B is only in Texas.
I think it's literally, they don't even have them in Dallas, bro.
They're moving up.
I would hope so.
Opened one up in
Because
Plano.
the fact that
Plano.
so they just opened one in Plano. It's been like, we're in 2022. They just have an HEB. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be my first meal, and then I really wouldn't eat again, to be honest, until dinner time, which would be at around like 7 or 8, somewhere in there.
7 or 8. Okay.
So my biggest thing definitely for my goals, because my goal, I guess we should have started off the podcast with what our goals with fitness were. My goals, like I said, are just to get freaking just jacked. I'm trying to gain as much weight as possible. I'm trying to gain, no, I'm not. I'm trying to gain as much functional, healthy weight as possible.
Okay.
Because I do want to be huge, but I also, but I recognize that like my body type is just not going to allow, like there's a cap, a very hard cap, for the amount. I mean, there is for anybody, but for me specifically, for my body type, like I just don't have I have small bones, right? So I'm not going to be able to support the muscle that I want to gain, and I know that. But that's what I'm working out to right now. I just want to gain as much.
Screw it and get you to 150.
Bro,
do you drink milk?
Yeah, I'll drink milk with my protein. I actually need to drink another protein shake today. I haven't drank one yet. But that's when I would typically drink milk would be whenever I'm drinking my protein shake. I would just make my milk.
That's good.
Whatever, and that would be that.
You could do that. Do you have some kind of creatine in your protein?
Bro, I've got my protein powder right here. Literally right here under my table. I got some BCAAs too. BCAAs literally don't even matter, by the way, y'all. It's just an extra supplement. I usually just use it just to make my water taste a little bit better, because sometimes drinking plain water is boring.
So you have a hydrolyzed isolate, which is good. This is good for losing weight.
So apparently I've been drinking the wrong. Okay, but with this protein powder, actually I got that from my brother.
Because here's the thing, I was talking to the guy at GNC, and he was just like, if you're trying to do a lean cut and you're trying to get leaner, you can do the hydrolyzed isolate.
Do you know why that is? That's interesting.
Well, it's how it's kind of been an industry standard. If you're doing a hydrolyzed isolate, it's supposed to they have L-theanine and instead of creatine in there, so that it gives you a little boost before your workout.
Right.
And then it's supposed to be a metabolism booster.
Oh, interesting.
And
interesting.
Once you each brand has its own kind of composite of protein that they want to put in their scoop. But I like the GNC brand that they have for high.
I need to go back to GNC at some point.
And I'd say it's well worth the money, dude. Because
how much is it?
They guide you through whatever supplements you need for whatever your goals are. So they're going to get you on some kind of pure whey protein, bulking protein, and it's going to be a big old scoop. And you're going to drink that with milk, and you're going to be gaining in like 3 months.
So I gotta, okay. Yeah, I do know for a fact that...
And it's going to take you 3 months to get to 150.
Yeah, but that's...
Because that thing's gonna...
When you think about it, though, 3 months is not that much time.
Well,
I guess it also depends on, like, where you are in your journey, right?
That's literally 12 weeks.
That's...
It'll just blow you up, dude.
I'm trying to imagine myself but that's the thing, I'm just worried.
But you gotta be willing to have a little belly.
Yeah, I see. That's my thing, bro. I like
you're gonna be bulking.
I'm nice and thin right now, but it's also cutting season right now. So maybe this is something I need to wait for whenever it becomes like after summer.
This is July, so you'll be in the middle. You'll still have your abs.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Okay.
So you'll be going into fall.
That's true.
And you'll be bulking, and then you'll be nice and warm.
Okay, so you just brought up another good question. So I know a lot of people, whenever it comes to gaining muscle, whether it's losing fat, whatever, they'll go through periods of like bulking and then cutting,
Right.
I guess this is just me, just because of like I keep mentioning my body type, but like that's. I do believe that your genetics have a very big role to play when it comes to what you're able to do fitness-wise, right? Because some people are just born to be a little bit more lean. Some people are born to be a little bit more heavy, gain a little bit more muscle, right? Or be able to build have that capacity to build more muscle. I'm definitely in the former group, right? So whenever it comes to bulking versus cutting, like I feel like, I guess sometimes I wonder like if like how necessary it is to bulk, how necessary it is to cut. Because I believe that you can, whenever you, like if you want to gain weight, right? It's just calories in, calories out. You just need to eat more calories than you're using on a daily basis. So whenever people bulk, they tend to take it over the top, or at least from what I've seen in a lot of people, they tend to really just focus heavy on I'm bulking, I'm bulking, I'm bulking, I'm bulking.
And then they end up getting fat.
And they end up getting fat, right? Whereas you could still bulk up without bulking.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah. So what you're talking about is a lean bulk, where you're just trying to
there
gain.
You go. Yeah.
You're trying to gain 5 pounds.
Like meat. Like man gaining. Lean. I don't. There's a word for it. I don't remember what it's called. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So there's something called a lean bulk, where you're trying to keep your. I don't necessarily like it because it's a little contradictory, where you're trying to keep your six-pack, but you're still trying to gain weight.
Right.
Where if you do a cut after that, you're just going to go back to the weight that you were at. So I like to focus on bulking and then cutting, and just committing to those two ideas. Because if you're going to bulk, you want to get up to at least 15 pounds above in a healthy way, and it should be at least 1.5 pounds per week. So that's going to be 10 weeks.
That's insane, dude. I have not been gaining a pound and a half per week.
Yeah,
I've been like maybe half a pound.
Okay.
Sorry.
You want to think 1.5 pounds a week if you're doing a bulk or a cut. And I was told when I went to my first training session, my first training thing, he's just saying 1.5 pounds a week is what you got to focus on. Then we'll get you on a 12-week program that gives you 3 pounds to flex with, right? To fluctuate. Because there's always going to be, if you want to extenuate that to 12 to 15 weeks, it's 0.8 pounds to 1 pound per week. So you just need to, I think it's important for you to just focus on either cutting or bulking. Not doing a lean bulk.
I feel that.
And so the lean bulk thing is good, but you want power.
Right?
I
want the power.
And your muscles will still be there.
Yeah.
They're just going to be under a blanket, right? That's all it is. They're still there.
That's a good
They're
analogy.
just under a blanket, and you're going to be nice and warm for the winter, and then you can shed that in the springtime. It's no big deal. Right?
Your niece is, oh my gosh, you're so funny, bro.
So just focus on focusing on one idea for 10 weeks, focusing on one thing, and have fun with it. What I do for my workouts, man, is I'll go for my pump covers. I'll do a theme for my pump covers. And I'll do either UMHB gear. I'll have I'll have an Under Armour.
That's the school we went to, by the way.
Yeah. We both went to the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, and so I'm a huge Crusader.
Go Crew.
Yeah, go Crew.
Go Crew.
And I'll have a bit. I still go up to the alumni store, and I'll get an extra large T-shirt. I'm a large naturally, and then I'll get like I'll get a large. Whatever kind of Under Armour thing that they have that's tight, and then I'll just take that off from my for whatever my pump is. I'll put that back on and go do some cardio.
So we were talking about bulking, lean bulk. So for you, because I also know that if you're doing
a lean bulk, that just needs more cardio.
I can't fucking stand cardio personally. Can't stand it. I mean, I'll do it. I have to do it in a way that's fun. Like I'll play basketball. Or I'll do volleyball, especially with camp. Like that's helped a lot as far as cardio is concerned. But I was gonna ask. So for you currently, I know that you're wanting to more focus on cutting, if I'm not mistaken. But I also know that you've been kind of like juggling with the types of exercises you've been doing. So you started off with weight training, right?
Yes.
And then went into calisthenics. So tell us a little bit about how that has kind of affected you when it comes to your, losing weight, when it comes to you cutting versus bulking and stuff like that.
Okay, so unfortunately, I have to learn a lot of things the hard way. And that's just how I am as a person for some reason.
That's how you learn best, in my opinion.
So I started off with weightlifting, and I learned a lot about joint health the hard way because I wasn't doing shit right.
Right.
Yeah, and so that ended up hurting me.
What specifically were you not doing right?
I lost weight, but I was hurt. My joints were hurting. And so I just lost passion for it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to take for that. And so that was what my love-hate relationship was with weightlifting. Was I was getting stronger, but my wrist hurt all the time. I was getting stronger, but now my knee hurts, right? And so how do I train and keep that weightlifting going where I'm getting healthier? How do I train? How do I keep that mental engagement where how do I put the ball where I want it to be for golf, right? And so ever since I've been in football, I've had a knee injury on my left leg, so my left leg's always been weaker. So if you want to grow your legs, do single leg exercises and focus on your weaker leg, and then whatever you do on your weaker leg, focus on matching that with your other leg.
That's interesting.
So that you can focus on the aesthetics of your legs as you grow.
That's a good point that you brought up. Earlier I brought up how I was injured in high school playing football. Josh just mentioned he injured his knee. So the injury that I had was I fractured my pelvis bone and then tore a muscle, and both of those injuries were like right along my growth plate.
That's serious.
Which was insane, dude. But it also never healed properly. And that's part of the reason why I just didn't work out from my sophomore year all the way up until I got to college, because I just did not have the confidence in my leg to actually work out and then just feel like I'm not going to just completely break my body, right?
Dude, that's rough.
I actually I re-aggravated the injury last week.
I'm sitting here just add 20 pounds. Yeah, just add 20 pounds. It's hard.
No, well,
it's hard.
You're working out for different things. That was a tough injury, bro. Like I said, it still affects me to this day. I didn't get surgery on it. I probably should have, but that's
I broke my hip. Oh,
I literally broke my hip, dude. I was like 14. That was like 10 years ago when that happened. This was like, I feel like this was like right after I met you was when I got that injury. Yeah, because I met you my sophomore year. This was literally like right after I met you, like maybe a week or two after that. I'm not gonna lie. Because
this was Region Choir when we were babies.
This was, I think that might have been even before Region Choir, bro. This was, because I met you at the first, because it was at Cedar Park High School, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, Cedar Park High School, and it was the district round of All-State, I'm pretty sure.
Let's stay on topic, though.
Yes, you're right.
You broke your hip.
Yeah, I did. I basically did. I literally broke my hip. And like I said, it still affects me to this day. And so it's, whenever I'm working out, and squats is like arguably my favorite exercise.
Okay.
And so just leg day in general.
You're still healing from it, and you're just kind of like traumatized from that.
I wouldn't. Right? Well, that's how it was before. Now, not so much. Like I'm confident in it, but it's still. But I also recognize that it's still a limitation that I have, because it does still bother me. It's like frequently it'll bother me, especially if I'm on it. Like after a long day at camp, like it'll start to get to me a little bit. If I'm playing basketball, it'll get to me. Like I said last week, I don't know what I did. It was after, I think I just aggravated it whenever I was working out my legs last Monday, because I worked them out, and then I just remember just the entire week I was basically limping. And then I thought I really messed it up again last Thursday playing soccer, dude. It was crazy.
Not fun.
But that was a hurdle that I had to get over. That was something that really affected me. As far as like fitness is concerned, having to deal with getting over it. And I'm sure like a lot of people can relate. Whether it's a knee injury like Josh had, whether it's like a hip like I had, an broken arm, something like getting over that is hard.
One thing for me that's always helped me progress in my fitness journey, whether it's losing weight or gaining weight or bulking or cutting, it's accepting where you are now so that you can look forward to where you want to be. You have to accept where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to accept where you are now.
Yeah. Say it one more time. One more time.
Accept where you are now.
Accept where you are
so that
now.
you can
if you missed
see
it.
where you want to go. And then once you accept where you're at in your fitness journey, you can make a plan and keep it simple. Keep it as simple as possible, where you're just like, okay, I'll do maybe 3 days a week. I'm just gonna hit my 3 days a week for 10 weeks and see what that does. Just an hour. Just do an hour.
Yeah. Something.
Something.
Right? That's the biggest thing I always tell people whenever I'm encouraging them to, like, if they tell me, like, hey, I'm interested in starting to work out, like, I always tell them, like, just start off small. Do something that you enjoy.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you're doing something that you don't like, how are you gonna expect yourself to, like, continue doing that thing, right? You're literally setting yourself up for failure. So that was a good point right there.
So, just where was I? 3 days a week, do 1 hour. That's what I started off with, and I lost 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I remember. I was from 200 sophomore year. I went down to 170 in junior year, and I've been keeping that.
And I remember, y'all. You gotta.
And I was a glow up.
For real though. He's not even bragging. Like, understand, y'all. Like, this dude, he really put in the work to look. And y'all can't. The camera's not doing him justice. But this dude is freaking huge right now. He's huge, but you wouldn't know it. And like he's.
I dress humbly. I like big t-shirts.
No, it's a process, man.
It is.
I think,
you
but
have
you
to
also
trust the process. And take your chance. It's not taking chances if you do the numbers.
Yeah.
So, you have to accept where you are. Get your numbers. And then you can just focus on, if you're bulking, it's 1 pound to 1.2 pounds a week. That's your 10 pounds, your 12 pounds. Okay? And that's in 10 weeks. If you want a flex week, 13 weeks. No, sorry. If you want a flex week, that's 11 to 12 weeks. So 10 to 12 weeks, you can gain 10 pounds. But
it's a process, like we said. It's a process. I would also recommend, like...
So that's 3 months. If you want to just focus on the numbers, it's a business quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, literally, though. But that's the thing, like I said, for me, like, understanding that this is... It's not something that's going to happen within a couple weeks. It's not something that's going to happen within your first month. And I think that's something I really just... It took me a while to learn, like I said earlier. Like, I had to learn how to be patient with my own body, right? Yeah. But that's also part of the process, part of any fitness journey is actually, like, learning your body, kind of like learning where your strengths are, learning where your weaknesses are, and then developing from there.
Yeah, that's right.
But before you even start this whole journey, I think it's very important for you to have some sort of reason for starting it in the first place. For me personally, it was more than just like I was 119 pounds and I wanted to get bigger because I felt bad about myself, right? Like, for me, one of the biggest drivers. Yeah, we did. We did. For me, one of the biggest things is that, like, I work with kids. Y'all know this. The things that I'm able to do with my kiddos now, they're not even my kids, right? I want to be able to do that same thing with my actual future kids. Running around playing football with them for hours on end. Like, I want to be able to do that well into my if I'm able to do that well into my 40s, like, that'd be amazing. But that's like that's my main motivation. I want to be able to, I want my kids to be able to look at me and be like, look at my freaking dad. Like, he's
so big.
He's so big, but
my dad can kick your ass.
But outside of that, like, I want to say that no, dude, I'm too small for that, dude. I'll be muscular, but no one's gonna be saying, like, oh, my dad can beat the crap out of you. That's not. I don't think
just
that anyone
will
be saying about kung fu.
You can get big with Kung Fu.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna take the time to learn Kung Fu, Josh.
Okay. How about Muay Thai? That's kickboxing.
Actually, kickboxing. I thought about doing kickboxing. That would be pretty cool.
There you go.
But I've also thought about boxing, which we also. I mean, kickboxing, boxing.
Muay Thai is boxing and kickboxing.
Oh, so it's. I don't want to say mixed martial arts.
It is mixed martial art.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Mixed martial arts is. Oh gosh, I'm not an expert. I hope I can define it. It's basically the mix of Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and boxing, and I think Krav Maga is in there.
Your guess is as good as mine.
But Krav Maga
Your guess is
is
as
not
good as mine.
allowed to be in the octagon, right? So you have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and kickboxing. Those are the main three.
Interesting.
That I know.
I wonder what their training routines look like, just like on a daily basis.
They're just kicking
Something,
shit out of each other.
yeah, I was about to say, like, just something utterly ridiculous. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about why. So Josh, why did you start this whole fitness journey? What was like your main motivation? That one moment that just kind of made you just like, oh, I gotta.
I wanted to breathe.
Explain. Explain.
I grew up with asthma for a long time, and I knew I wanted to be a singer. And I'm sitting here like, my lung capacity is just not where it needs to be. I can't breathe. I've always been like the slow kid. I've always been like, I may not have necessarily been fat until like college, freshman year of college, but still I was never able to get the right amount of air into my body. And I was always sweating more, always sweating. I'm sitting here like, why am I always sweating? Is this just puberty? I'm doing it more than everyone else.
Is this just puberty?
Right?
Yeah, I feel you on the lung capacity thing, though, especially as a singer.
And so as a singer, you have performance is a whole cardio workout, even if they may just be standing there.
Yeah.
That's why those arenas are so freaking cold, is because it's a whole workout for the performers, and you got all that body heat of everybody that's having a good time. It just, if you're moving around, you're gonna heat up really quickly.
What did Guy Wilson say? He said that singing was one of the most visceral activity. Oh, he had a quote for it, but Josh is absolutely right.
Yeah, there's a lot of physical demand for the music industry,
and people don't realize that. We could have a whole other conversation
for the entire
about that.
entertainment industry.
Yeah,
if you are in front of a crowd, it's physically demanding.
Yeah, very much so.
No matter what, and so
very much so. And I think that we don't have to get into that, but I guess on that note, as far as being in front of people and how physically demanding that can be,
I wanted to be fit for my career. I just didn't want. I wanted to be strong, fit, and be able to be an image of body acceptance of body image, because my birthmark has always been not off-putting, but has always been a little weird for people to accept.
Yeah.
And I've always accepted it, even as a kid. I've always been like, all right, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I get it all the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's no big deal to me. And I've just always had to approach things with confidence, like it's been no big deal.
Right.
And that normally breaks the ice with everybody.
I know, at least for me, whenever I first met you, like, yeah, I can definitely see like how, but I think that's just like, you've got to get over that, like a birthmark, like that doesn't mean anything, right?
It's
like
just going through and accepting other people's differences.
It's serious, and that's why it's so. You heard what he just said? Say that one more time, Josh. Ooh.
Just going through and accepting other people's differences is really what's going to help a lot of people in the world, and just accepting other people's differences is going to help you accept your own differences.
Yeah, and it's just going to help enhance
as you go through and grow up and mature in life.
Yes, and it's just going to enhance your weaknesses as well, because you're going to be able to see things in other people that they do differently from you. You're going to be able to see weaknesses in other people and see how that compares to you. Maybe you see something that's similar in one other person. You see like how they fail in some sort of way, shape, or form because of that flaw that they have, and then learn from that, build upon it. And same thing, you know, vice versa with people. For you make a mistake, people are able to learn from your mistake as well.
Yep.
As far as, you know, accepting differences, like I said, y'all, Josh and I have been friends we're going on 10 years. It'll be 10 years within the next like year and a half, 2 years probably. I did the math. It's been like 7 or 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, we met when we were 14,
20,
15.
It was like 20.
Years ago.
I was like, I was like 14, I think. So yeah, but yeah, I guess literally 10 years ago. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's good stuff.
And
I keep looking at the wrong screen here.
I mean, you can look at that screen. I'm looking here.
I'm such a bad actor. I'm a musician, guys. Sorry, forgive me. I'm not an actor.
So I guess we're getting on. We're at 40 minutes now. Nice. That we've been. I know,
That's
right? It doesn't even really feel like it's been 40 minutes, to be honest. Like
we're just fast talkers. If y'all need to take notes, leave a comment. Leave a comment and we'll talk slower.
No, y'all know me, bro. I'm not slowing down for anybody. If you can't keep up, don't listen to the podcast. That's what I say. No, I'm playing. No, but please don't. Stay here. No, but for real, I guess as far as fitness journeys, guys, I guess the biggest things to be able to take away from this is, I mean, keep going. Don't allow the things that you feel like you can't do to get in the way of the progress that you could be making. Because at the end of the day, like, you're literally only hurting yourself. If you're one of those people who's worried about, you know, because I know a lot of people, one of the biggest stigmas surrounding fitness has been like just going into the gym and the way that people view you whenever you're in the gym. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you feel like you're just like, that's just that other weakling. You don't know what you're doing. You feel like people are judging you. I promise you, dude.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
There's a proper way to deal with it.
Have you seen Joey Swole on TikTok?
Yeah, I love Joey Swole. Just go watch Joey Swole.
If you don't know who Joey Swole is, he's this freaking massive human being of a man. Excuse me real quick, bro.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's this massive human being of a man.
First podcast with me.
Yeah, hey, this is the first podcast with me just having a guest on.
Yeah.
This is my first time. 3rd episode. Let's get it. He's just this massive human being who will literally just shame anybody who is just treating other people like crap when it comes to fitness culture.
His traps are like...
Dude, his traps are like literally... I feel like his bicep is literally as big as my entire torso. Maybe even as big as my just entire upper body in general. I'm not even kidding. He's huge. But people like him... like if you're feeling like if that's one of the things that's keeping you from going to the gym, you just feel like people are gonna be judging you, whatever. Like I promise you, no one gives a shit about what you're doing in the gym. I'm not even kidding. Like you could be.
May I cut in?
Yeah, please do.
If you feel insecure at the gym, understand that James and I are supporting you.
Yes.
We are fully behind you. You can comment below, and if you need support, just say so in the comments. And James and I will go say hello, and we'll introduce ourselves. So introduce yourself, say hi, and we'd love to talk with you guys and give you all support.
Hey, maybe we can even, if you live in the area, man, maybe we can even, set up like some sort of workout session.
Yeah, we work out all the time. We work all the time. So let's connect.
That's literally all we do, dude, is work out, work.
Work out, work, right? That's all we do.
And sleep, and repeat it the next day. But yeah, y'all. So that would be the first thing I would say. Understand that this is a process, right? It takes time. But you will thank yourself for it. I remember the first time that someone actually noticed like the progress I was making.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
So
we'll have to talk about that next time.
Okay.
Yeah,
we don't have no.
We're gonna talk about the feelings you get when you make progress.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Cool.
It's not that there really isn't anything like it. Especially once people like start noticing the hard work that you put in, because that's whenever it really feels like, hey, like all the effort, the work that I've been putting in, like it really starts to feel like it's worth it. And then you start to actually see it in yourself, right? And it begins to it really does affect your confidence level. It starts to kind of affect the way you view life. It or at least for me, it's kind of affected the way
let's get into that a little bit later.
Okay, let's do that. We're getting into a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and cut this thing short.
Yeah, man.
Because
awesome.
if I keep talking,
I'm excited for this next episode.
But yeah, guys, please just get started. Do something that you enjoy. Anything doesn't matter. Know that you've got people who are they're supporting you. who are cheering you on. People in the gym don't care about what they think, because y'all are all there for the same reason. That's to get better, improve on your body, improve yourself, improve your state of being, whatever it is may be. That being said, guys, Josh, I appreciate you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've been trying to do this forever, bro. Like literally forever. We've been trying to do this. I'm really glad we finally had the opportunity to get to link up. Next podcast, I told y'all it was gonna be posted the end of July. I got y'all. Y'all thought I'm playing. So I don't know when the next podcast episode is gonna be uploaded. Maybe next week. If I can get an episode a week, that'd actually be pretty lit.
Hell, man, we could film episode 2 right now.
Hey, okay, bet.
I'm a working dude.
We're working right now. So y'all take care, fam. Y'all be easy, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip. Take care, fam. Peace.